Ekta.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. Abhishek, hi, good morning.
Ekta, hi, good morning. How are you?
I am good, Abhishek. Abhishek, we'll wait for a little while, 3-4 minutes, and wait for few people who are joining in.
Sure.
Yes, and then we can start with an introduction and your session. Yeah,
Sure.
just a while. Yeah. Hello. Good morning, all. Just before I start, am I audible to everyone? If anybody can just let me know.
Yeah. We can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Yes, Ekta, yes.
Okay. Thank you. So hello all, myself Ekta Dubey, and on behalf of the Brinalytics team and our presenting partner Zozo Day, we welcome you all and thank you for being part of our roundtable, Winning with Gamification in Insurance Industry. Now, before we start the roundtable, there are a few guidelines that I would like to highlight and make you people aware of. Requesting all the participants to be on mute when any one of them are sharing their insights. Once we open the floor for open discussion, there are a few guidelines which we need to follow. You need to raise your hands, unmute yourself and on your video, introduce yourself, your name, company designation, and ask your question, or you can share your insights on the subject, which is open to all. So yes, now just quickly starting with, first I would like to introduce our presenting partner, Zozo Day. Zozo Day helps business leaders and HR make a business impact by optimizing the spends on rewards, incentives, benefit engagements. The gamification SaaS tool helps engage customers, channel partners, sales team, and employees via key dimensions, motivations, alignment, empowerment, and well-being. Zozo Day offers business software products to solve problems around employee rewards and recognition, channel sales incentives, consumer promotion, helping build a winning workplace culture. We all know the insurance industry is changing and has been growing at a steady pace over the past decade. And insurance is one such industry which has thrived mostly on human connections and engagements in crucial processes. The changing business landscape has forced the business today to go for a continuous innovation, and with so many already happening in the insurance industry today, gamification is surely one of the more interesting to go for. Gamification has proven to be a powerful tool in addressing some of the biggest challenges faced by the insurance industry with great applications value, which is leveraged across the value chain. In fact, insurance value chain. This roundtable discussion would be focused around what are the key elements of the gamification and how to prioritize its framework from ideation to implementation, thereby enhancing the sales. Before we move to open the floor for discussion, we have one keynote session where now I would like to welcome a keynote speaker, Mr. Abhishek Kumar. Mr. Abhishek is an IITB alumni and a serial entrepreneur. He is a founding member of Zozo Day. He has created various solutions in the field of FMCG, rewards tech, and healthcare. He has built numerous healthcare systems which has been successfully used in the field of telemedicine. Currently, Abhishek is focusing on rewards and incentive industry, solving a key challenge of engagement and motivation in incentive sectors. He will be sharing his insights on how gamification can accelerate sales in insurance sector. Over to you, Abhishek, to start your presentation.
Thank you, Ekta. Thank you for a wonderful note about me. Good morning, everyone. This is Abhishek, so I've been with Zozo Day, and we started Zozo Day 8 years back, and since then we are known for reward recognition and incentive in the industry. And we have been doing this as one of the leaders in the market in India industry and abroad. And today, I think the solutions that we have presented, like they are getting used by even in insurance industry apps, good use case that people are using it and gamifying some of the use cases, some of the processes at their end. We largely are into B2B space, and we look into B2B side of it, right? But today, the topic that we'll be touching, we'll be talking both on the B2B side and a B2C side from a insurance industry perspective. So allow me to share my screen. I have a small presentation that I would like to, you know, show and work with. Ekta, please help me if my screen is visible.
Yes.
All right. Right. So gamification, this has been one of my favorite topics of late and in the industry for some time. And we have been trying to do some of the wonderful things in this domain for past 1 year and more than a year, specifically using gamification in the scenario of incentives, right? Incentives, how incentives can be gamified to move some of the KPIs, some of the goals, and some of the behaviors at the organization level. That's what we do. What I've also done is, I have collected some information from some articles, some surveys, and market research, and tried to collate them and present it here. Just to look at what others have done in this industry, specifically in insurance, and how they are looking at gamifying this going forward, right? Now, just to start with, and this is my favorite topic. So, just to introduce gamification, right? So, gamification as a word, like it has been there since ages, and I think insurance industry has been experimenting with gamification for last decade. On and off, it has been getting used for some processes on the customer side, and at various angles for various improving processes and behavior of end user, right? So as I said, gamification is not just building a game within your business application, right? It is actually
Abhishek, I'm sorry, I'm intervening. Can you be a little louder? Your voice is very feeble.
yeah,
You
sure.
have to come a little closer.
Okay.
Thank you.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, better than.
Great. So as I was saying, gamification is not about only building a game within business applications. It is in fact applying the game rules, game mechanics into the real world problem, right? And these, in fact, the idea behind this is to create a kind of emotion, create kind of a balance between intrinsic and extrinsic motivations that are existing in the market, right? So and it's very necessary to have that kind of balance, right? If you falter, or if any program that you design fails to motivate your inside stakeholders or external stakeholders, then you fail as a business problem, right? Gamification standalone cannot exist. It has to provide a meaning to your business problem, right? So gamification involves the use of some of the game techniques. A bit about it, I will be talking about what game techniques are and how people are using it in the industry to influence the behavior of individuals, as well as to improve the processes internally, right? Just to touch base on a little deep dive, and I promise I'll not go more deeper than this on the definition of gamification, but I'll pick up use cases after this, and I'll also see how we can discuss more on the both side of it, like inside stakeholders and external stakeholders, right? So if I have to divide the components of gamification, right? So I have, usually industry defines it as dynamics, mechanics, and components. So dynamics is at the high level conceptual goals, right? Then mechanics is at basic process level. And then components are the specific mechanisms that are used in the industry to leverage the gamification, right? So if you talk about dynamics, it is basically the goal. For example, what do you want to achieve? Is it some achievement? Is it progression? Is it emotion? Some constants, some process improvement? So these are your high level conceptual goals, right? Now mechanics is something like, if you want to create a kind of competition, create a kind of collaboration in the team, or a sense of challenge, or run a challenge, things like those, run a rewarding mechanism. So these are the which fall under mechanics. So basically at the broad level, if you talk about it, you look at a business problem, and then you define what are the things that you are going to do to solve the business problem, to create that kind of competition in the mathematics, right? And then you drill down further, and you actually bring into the components bit of it, which is like, can you associate achievements with let's say levels, badges, points, rewards, uh, gifts, discounts, right? All these things. So which you combine together, and then you actually create a entire gamification impact, right? And these together give you a good meaning, give good meaning to your business use case, right? So coming to the topic of today, can gamification impact sales in insurance industry? And I say yes, because what we have been doing so far, and we have been looking into some of the use cases and real use cases that we are working on. We have seen some of the metrics already getting moved in a span of a quarter or two, that we have when we have implemented our product into this industry, right? Now, I picked up this research. It's research done by Accenture Consulting team. Uh, and there's also a study done by some of the popular surveys like Model N and Gallup in the year 2017 2015. So what we have seen, and this is specifically true today also in terms of the program management on the gamification side, right? So there are multiple systems with organization. For example, if you look at some of the processes that are there at the agent side, some of the processes that are there on the claim processing, or various processes that you might have some systems, and you might have some systems which are manually operated in terms of Excel, in terms of recording those things, right? So you have various systems, and then when you try to use all the points from the systems into one simple program, it becomes increasingly difficult to collate all these things and create a one unique program, and then keep all of them properly informed, right? All the stakeholders properly informed. So what it leads you to do is, it leads you to you know get into some kind of delayed gratification for the end user, be it the customer or your team, sales team, or your agents, right? So because the processes they get delayed some of the time, it results in kind of disengagement, right? So the result is a simply, if you simply digitize all the any processes and add a bit of gamification angle to them, right? You have a higher chance of having sales. That means your sales increase almost by 30%. The profitability get higher, because what you're doing is you are able to convey your objective, your goals, and your idea much deeper, and penetrate much deeper with your audience, be it your sales team, be it your agents, or be it your customers, right? Within the organization, it inculcates a lower absenteeism and a lower churn rate, because people are better motivated, people are more motivated, and people work towards the goal achievement because they can now associate these goals to their behavior, right? And this is how it moves towards some intrinsic motivation, right? So what I've done is, I have classified the stakeholders that we're looking at today, and the stakeholders for this entire discussion sake, right? So I've called them as internal stakeholders and external stakeholders, right? So I've tried to classify, and there could be more, but some which I could collect from some articles and surveys, is like and based on our understanding in the market, what we have done is we've tried to collate them and try to classify them into different kind of stakeholders, right? So for the internal stakeholders and Manit, I think both the segments need to be looked into equally, right? One is of course your consumer sales, right? So consumer engagement, right? How are you engaging with customers or prospects or leads, right? And the other is very important is sales team engagement, agent advisor engagement, where people like us provide good solution into this industry, right? So if I have to broadly classify all the processes into this insurance domain, right? So right from policy admin, billing, enterprise level initiatives, pre-sales, new businesses, underwriting, all these processes, all of them can be gamified. All of them can have a gamified angle, where you can have process improvement, or you can have behavioral change from the stakeholder point of view, right? From these people. So 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 these people, for example, you can gamify the contact center productivity. For example, if you want to move the productivity of claims getting handled at the end of it, right? You can do that. You want to improve the billing bit of it, you can do using gamification. You can use a lot of game templates, you can use a lot of nudge theory, nudge behavior behind this. I'll talk a bit about some of the techniques that we have been using in the industry and how we are moving that, right? Employee onboarding and training, yeah. So you can there are a lot of content in the market, and people are using L&D gamification, there are a complete different use case over there where you can do at the learning and development level, right? uh, yeah, and then at agent productivity. So interestingly, what we have looked into as, in terms of agent and sales team productivity, right? Specifically agent productivity, this is still monitored at and I'm talking about 60-70% of the cases that we have seen in the industry. They are still monitoring the productivity in the Excel, and they are still doing the calculation, I think, in CSV and Excel, right? There are some of the systems like DMS and management system, some of the CRMs which allow you to calculate incentives based on what they have done. But then in those scenarios, there again, it's simple, a software that calculates and gives to you, but there is no visibility on the agent side. So what happens, the kind of transparency that it should have, the kind of the motivation the agent should have, because they're hitting the numbers, but they don't have the visibility on what kind of incentive they are making, right? uh, it takes a hit over there, and this is one of the problem area which I think specifically we can look into, right? Now, talking about consumer and customer engagement, there are a lot of aspects, and people have done it in other areas like in US and other markets where they have looked into. They have in fact created games, and I'll touch some of them. For example, they created Farm Valley for farmer insurance, capturing farmer insurance, right? So you can capture a lot of things, lot of data in the industry, from right from using your telematics to using your wearable devices to using your healthcare devices to getting into driving behavior. So there are a lot of use cases that we can look into where you can actually reward the consumer for sharing their lifestyle and behavior data, and then you can custom create kind of policies for them, which will in fact give you a better profit, because let's say, even if let's say there's for kind of audience where there's low risk and they are buying your insurance, right? The profitability at that point is higher, right? So there are a lot of things that gamifications are solved getting into, right? So you can use gamification to get into these areas, and you can collect those information, and then use right metrics to improve your numbers on the sales side, right? Some of the gamification techniques and some of the gamification areas that we have looked into and we have done in the current scenario, current market, via our product is what and what some other people are doing in this industry. Like they are doing a real-time tracking of sales information, and this at the organization level, at the sales level, everyone is doing. But I'm talking about a real-time tracking between agents, sales, and entire stakeholder, right? So is there a system which can give you a nudge or notification on every sales that's done to all the stakeholders, saying that who is doing what and who is earning what, right? Also, if is it creating a kind of leaderboard and scorecards where people can see themselves, like how much they have done, learn from others, right? So is there a solution like that? So I mean, is there a need for this solution? I say yes, definitely. Now, can incentives be given for completing product? For educating them on new product releases? Yes, definitely. I think these are one of the good use cases that we have looked into in the industry, and people are started to use it, right? We can use incentives for issuing policies faster, updating customer data more frequently, right? That you see in the industry today. The rewards can be used for providing more information for reports or complying with your new policies, or to adherence to the compliances, right? You can use transactional and behavioral nudges to motivate your end teams like sales team or agent teams, agents or advisors to stick to their goals and targets that you have defined for your organization to improve your sales number, right? So an ideal solution in this area would be a combination of various metrics, right? Gamification, as I said, alone will not be able to give you the right outcome, right? So if we combine this with right kind of technique, which we have looked into in the industry, for example, if you are able to integrate with different data sources, right, and give a one common view where you can do your goal setting, you set up your incentive schemes, right? Then you, on top of it, if you can break it in terms of a gamified board, like you can create live scorecards, you can create game templates, you can create nudges. So these nudges are like frequent nudges. These are not like nudges once in a month or once in a week, right? These are frequent nudges. Could be even daily nudges, or it could be a transactional based nudges, right? And then last is if they are able to socialize with their teams, with their team managers, with their stakeholders to understand or to sort out their problems if there are any, or even for educational purpose. So that really keeps the motivation up and going, right? Then of course these are very important pieces, the 3 and 4, not related to gamification, but it's an obviously outcome of uh, gamification, where you really need to take data out of your gamification techniques, where you are able to analyze, you are able to move or do a real-time simulation, where if you see that if you move certain KPIs, if you move certain metrics, where do you see your revenue going to us, right? If the gamification gives you certain that kind of view, where you can predict like what is the next number that you're going to achieve, right? This prediction usually with gamification, the kind of acceptance is around 10 to 15% deviation that is accepted normally in this industry, right? And then of course the last but not the least, it's the most important part is like how do you in fact do a real time gratification at the end of the gamification, be it your incentives, be it reward, customer reward, or be it anything that you want, or sales payout, commissions, whatever you're using, right? If is there a way to do a real time on a real time basis, since you are already doing a real time tracking? Can we connect this on a real time basis? If we combine this whole together, you get you get a product which really can work wonders for you in terms of better revenue realization. So next we'll look into some of the gamification techniques for customer engagement, right? So as I said earlier, and I'll pick some of the line of businesses from the insurance sector, and we'll talk about use cases where some of the ideas that can be used for customer engagement, and which would definitely bring up the sales number up a bit on this, right? So can I collect lifestyle and behavior information using, and these are systems that are already used in the industry. For example, telematics is already used in auto industry. Wearables, people now, it's the adoption of wearables is pretty high, and can we reward these people to share their lifestyle and behavior information, so that I can better judge the behavior of the customer and give him discounts, give him offers, so that we are able to capture more people for the insurance, for the premiums that we have, right? So and interestingly, some of the surveys suggest that almost 60 to 70% of the people are ready to share their lifestyle and behavior information in exchange of rewards. So if you're giving them a good discount, give on their premium, we have given them good, even a gift card or a voucher, or of their use case, right? They are willing to share their information, right? uh, of course, the second part is rewarding a customer for their longevity and loyalty. And this is something which we have seen. For example, even today, if I buy up insurance, car insurance, or things like those, right? There's no effort that I see that the insurance industry make to keep me engaged with them on a year basis, right? It only happens when my premium is going to when my insurance is going to expire, and when I have to renew, then there's then the flood of messages that keeps coming to this, right? So there's a need today to keep these people, the customers, engaged in between. What is more important to look into is like, can gamification create a platform where it creates relationship between a customer and the agent, right, or the advisor, right? Can it do that, right? And that would be a really good use case, right? Can the industry provide, can the insurers provide loyalty based value add services, offer discount on a regular basis, right? So normally the trend is, and all of you are much experience in this industry, right? You would see that, but I'm talking about general user behavior, that most of the cases, people in terms of car insurance or health insurance, not a health insurance, but at least in the car insurance, right? They would change their insurer every year, right? Most of the time, because even 100 rupee less or 200 rupee less on the premium would change them, will push them to change the insurer. But there is no uh, emotion quotient over there with this thing, right? So can we have it there, right? Now also, if now coming to creating a relationship, right? Can I use some game techniques to educate customers on the claim scenario in the region. For example, let's say, I know that some of the region in terms of healthcare is affected, and I see that there's a trend over there. I have data over there. So can I give a better analysis to the customer, saying that, hey, for since you are in this area, in this region, I think you should be, using this kind of, healthcare insurance, and you should be and helping them also in claiming, processing their claim faster, right? This will create a kind of relationship which is bound to create, bring back the customer to the company back again when there's time to renew, right? uh, okay, the customers do love kind of sense of competition, right? Do love, kind of a certificate given, a badge given by the insurance, right? So can the company's insurance can rate these customers on their behavior, on sharing some of the data, on their longevity, things like those, right? And which then can be accumulated by the customers and be exchanged with the exciting goodies, right? So these are some of the obvious things that are there in the market. People have experimented in the past, some bit of it, but I don't think, this has taken still a mainstream. But this year specifically, we have seen, evolution of this gamification, both on the user side and the inside side, and this gamification is here to stay, which we have looked into, right? Right. So why gamification matters for customers also? This because, of course, this transforms the ordinary task into interesting and fun experiences that keeps the users come back to you, right? As we talked about, it strengthens your brand awareness, affinity, and penetration, right? It educates customers about product suitability and what kind of product they'll be buying. So you could personalize the product for the customer kind of need, and then it can also motivate people to act in areas such as health and wellness, self-driving, financial planning, sustainability. So if you're able to engage them with yourself in a gamified way, where you are able to capture their healthy lifestyle, they capture their planning, financial planning bit, or a driving behavior, things like those, you have a better prospect of capturing the customer, that user. So I've taken some of the use cases over here, and this is again, I've done some research and copied from some of the industry researches that are there, right? So, for example, if you look into auto industry, right, and I was talking about tracking good driving behavior using telematics, right? So you get a sense. You provide the customers with a sense of accomplishment, right? In terms of, and what you get is the benefit to the insurance industry is that customer experience, underwriting efficiency, and claims reduction, right? So if you are able to educate the drivers on a good driving behavior, the chances are that the claims will reduce, because of course you would get good driver, which means less accidents and less claims that are being made on this side. So that's an obvious advantage to you as an industry, right? In case of healthcare industry, as I said, there are a lot of variables and tracking bands that are getting used in the industry. If a tie-up can be done and this data can be shared directly on one click, like a one-click data sharing mechanism, where you can reward the end user saying that you share data, you get this, then you can definitely then you can personalize the kind of insurance for that user. Then obviously there's a benefit over there. So what you're doing is, at a lower, though you're giving it a lower cost, but because that a healthy person would not claim it easier, right? You would your benefits, your sales, your profit would be better at that position, right? uh, Similarly at auto and home. So basically at the for specifically at the for the home insurance and things like those, right? If you are able to educate and reward a customer through his loyalty score, for example, if the customer is already taking some other loan, some other insurance with you, and you are able to convert it into like home loan, other insurance, by rewarding them and by engaging them on a regular basis, right? You definitely get a better retention, and of course there's a brand awareness, right? So these are some of the examples that are really can be picked very easily in the industry and can be used readily on your platform, or through the TPAs, or through your marketplace applications like Policybazaar, or any places that you are used, right? That you are promoting a product, right? I've tried to collate some of the examples in the gamification, and this you can see, for example, farmers leverage a game called Farmville that revolve around the concept of virtual crop insurance to promote its brand name, right? So the Farmville was a very popular game that all of us know, right? But the hidden idea behind was to promote the farmer insurance, crop insurance over there, right? For the brand name, right? Then the other example that I can pick up is, American Family Insurance created this simulation of Facebook where user can actually create their avatar and manage lifetime activities, right? Such as planning their entire life, at what time they would buy a house, at what time they would retire, what kind of insurance they would need for health, what kind of at what time they're making a family, right? So if you are able to visualize you are well informed about the user behavior, and then the prospects are there that you can nudge that person in a better format with respect to what he needs at what point of time, right? Then this company with Lolly Insurance provided a gamified experience rewarding sales team for active on-time logging of sales data, right? So this is some a past example that I picked up, but current scenario, if you see, more than a dozen of insurance industries have started using our product Compass for doing. Of course, this is one of the specific on this thing. They're also looking into gamifying their targets and goals using milestones based games or counter based games, things like that, right? Uh, Direct Insurance employed telemetrics to track driver behavior and publish leaderboards to motivate and educate customers. So as I said, it's a very good chance that you'll be able to sell your or reduce your claims over there, right? United Healthcare created an app that tracks and rewards daily physical activity to promote a healthy lifestyle. A healthy lifestyle obviously means a less sick person, right? Which means lesser claim on that, right? Sun Life Financial launched an online platform to engage and educate young customers on retirement and investment planning with levels, challenge, and social interaction. So your chances become better over there to sell in these scenarios, right? Uh, Compass by Zozode is getting used. So the product that we use is called Compass, and we are using game templates and nudge theory to motivate and engage the agents and the sales teams. And some of the company like Bharti AXA, HSBC Canada is already using this platform, right, to for their sales team and agents for the engagement, right. A bit on note what we are doing. As I said, Zozode has been there in the industry on in reward recognition and incentive solution. So of late, the solution that we have launched in the market is called Compass, which is a number one incentive gamification software for revenue engines. And these revenue engines are specifically, and since we operate mostly into B2B side, these revenue engines we call as like your agents, sales team, or your uh, processing team, claim processing team, or call center team. So these are things, right? And we have seen a drastic change in terms of behavior. People are happy. We have done surveys. We have collected some information, case studies, where people are really happy with the kind of visibility that they are getting, and they are really motivated with the solution. So with this, would like to thank you to hearing me on this thing. We are open to the roundtable discussion. Ekta.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Abhishek, for sharing your insights. Now, since Abhishek have given a presentation, do we have any questions related to his presentation? We can take that one or two, and then we can open the floor for the discussion. Will that work, Abhishek?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm really
So
happy.
if you have any questions, you can
So
raise your
Abhishek,
hands.
there is a question from Sumit. I am from Bajaj Allianz.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sumit.
please.
I have
Yes.
seen and found the few things very relevant for insurance industry.
Yeah.
However, can you please have any test cases for uh, agents engagements or the brokers engagements?
Yes. So yeah, so what we have seen, and some of the use cases that we are working on right now is for the brokers on their longevity with the brand, on their uses of the kind of product and additional value add that they are bringing to the brand, right? So there is very strict regulation from IRDA on the commission bit. So that part I think we cannot really influence, but there are some of the behavioral things that you can influence on the broker side, which you can use gamification to do that, right? And these are three important aspects that we are looking into the industry.
Okay, so maybe we can go ahead and post this session we may go ahead, discussions at the advanced stage.
Definitely, Sumit, definitely.
Thank you.
Yes. We have a question from Ashutosh. Mr. Ashutosh, you can please put your question. Introduce yourself. Yeah.
Thank you. Hi, Abhishek. First of all, thank you for this session. Some of the things that you said have been areas which everybody has been thinking of,
Yes.
but a lot is yet to be seen, at least in terms of the success parameters.
Right.
See, particularly what was interesting to me was the aspect of customer engagement. I work for Care Health Insurance, formerly Religare Health Insurance, and we are a standalone health insurance company.
Right.
And I think we also have Rajiv from Aditya Birla Capital here, so maybe he can also add to some of the inputs that I have. But we have I think Aditya Birla Health Insurance came up with a very good product, very innovative product 3 years back, which was Health Active. And it already introduced the whole aspect of customer engagement by tracking his activity and fitness levels.
Sure.
For us, it was like, it was really a very unique and an innovative thing that came into the market and which we have been following, but we did not really see any significant success, at least, from the feedback that we got from the market, because there is no publicly available data. What we understand, and, Rajiv, please correct me if I'm wrong, that, the engagement levels for the whole rewards, program that was launched as part of the Health Active product did not really engage a lot of customers. And honestly, Abhishek, what you say is relevant. What you say makes sense. But in India, at least, we have seen that, it has not really, gotten to sufficiently good levels of engagement with the customers. For example, we are lazy people. If you say that, if you run, 5 kilometers every day for 13 days in a month, I'll give you 100 rupees. It will not excite me. I mean,
True.
And obviously, even if I'm excited, maybe today I am, not tomorrow, maybe, after some time I'll lose out. So those have been the challenges. While I understand that from a technology perspective, you definitely come with a lot of experience and a lot of research that you have yourself done. And that is interesting to note, but these fundamental challenges will remain. It could be good if you can just share with us how you plan to, or how is it that you can, kind of help deal with this particular challenge, or if there are any success stories around it in the Indian context.
Right. So so we largely work on the B2B side, and I'll share my perspective on the B2B side. But on the research that we have done on the consumer side, and you can also help me with the use case from the Aditya Birla side, right? So what we have seen is, customers, what do the customers largely care about, right? And we are talking about over here is intrinsic and extrinsic motivations, right? So basically, if you just give me 100 rupees to run, I probably might not run, or might get this 100 rupees somewhere else, right? Or some reward if you give me, right? But if you give me some discount for running on the premium that I'm creating on a regular basis, and if I see if you're able to show me a visibility in terms of how much I'm really getting profited, right, by making profits out of this, right? That is where the visibility and tracking is something which is very much important in this industry to have, right? Gamification, as I said, standalone, right? As you rightly said, it's not really a technology problem. It's more about how you're able to use gamification to solve your business problems, right? So all the game techniques that you're using, the game mechanics that you're using, right? It cannot go away from your actual, business goal. One is your business goal, the other is what is the consumer getting out of it, right? It just one time 100 rupees, or just is some kind of competition creating with my peers, maybe connecting me with on a social platform, right? Allowing me to share it in social platform. Then at a leaderboard level, if you are able to present me at a leaderboard level how healthy I am, and comparing me with some of the good athletes, or good healthy people. I mean, some of the well-known names, right? Virat Kohli, or some game players, right? Those would be like a motivation for me, that how closer I can get to those milestones, how closer can I get to those things, right? So as I said, if you are able to, so giving 100 rupees is only an extensive motivation that you use. If you're able to move on the intrinsic motivation also in this case, right? That is where the change is bound to come. And I would not say that it has not brought use cases, right? I've seen, and you might have seen, especially in Bangalore, when I'm from Bangalore, and in Bangalore, what the revolution that was brought up in the healthcare industry was Cult Fit, right? if you remember, and most of the people started using Cult Fit and fitness apps, right? A lot of variables that they are using. They're using for a reason, right? These are intrinsic motivation again. They're not getting this, not in terms of extrinsic motivation, but these are intrinsic motivation where they have an objective to learn from the athletes, to share their data, to stay fit, and they get rewards on that, right? Now, motivation comes over there from where if you are able to renew your membership with a discount because you have been there with the customer, right? So that's an extensive motivation, right? So these kind of techniques, there are use cases where some of the industry have used it. On the healthcare side, on the health insurance side, I have not come across or I've seen this largely, probably because the techniques that we have seen and you mentioned, they have remained at the experimental level. We have not gone full-fledged into with gamification. It probably, and this gamification of course would post the gamification, the data, the analyze, the way you measure, right? It really matters a lot, right? So just with one kind of gamification, if you're not able to tweak and you're not able to learn from the experience and not learning it, probably it will stop there and will not give us a lot of benefit. But it will definitely give us a benefit if you're able to refine these techniques in a much further format, right? So that's my view on that. Ashutosh.
Yes. We have Rajiv also raising his hands. Rajiv, you can share your insights, and then we move on to the rounding.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ekta. And thanks. I think Ashutosh has mentioned Aditya Birla Capital over there.
Yes.
So let me convey back. So I am part of life insurance. So Aditya Birla Sun Life Insurance. So health insurance is one of our bouquet, I would say, organizations. So I'll not be able to comment much on health insurance, but as much as I know, health insurance has done exceedingly well on the gamification part. So Ashutosh, I'm sure, let me convey back to you that gamification has actually helped the entire process. The Health Active Plan, which you are mentioning, I am also one of the consumer of Health Active Plan. So it is not 100 rupees, which is actually exciting,
Yes.
The customer. The actual excitement comes out to be when you have a community, when you know that okay, you are competing with your fellow members. Let's suppose you have your health, which is raising up to one level, then how you are taking to the next level. So that means you are actually staying fit. So the entire process was not to convey back or hand over 100 rupees to customer, but to keep him engaged. Because as we know that entire insurance industry is little, I would say complex process or complex journey, which has always been handled by papas and uncles. So once you are handing it over to millennials and Generation Z, then you have to provide all those things so that they stay engaged with that. So I am part of Aditya Birla Capital and I am heading persistency over there, revenue assurance department. So we are also continuously working, how can we involve more and more people so that they remain engaged, and they should also know that, okay, why they should keep on paying the premiums.
Sure.
So I think I would say, Abhishek, the use case which is very much there for any insurance industry is first piece, how to sell, because your advisors are all those guys who have sold this insurance product since ages through one particular channel, through one particular way. They sit over there, they convey back ABC things, you invest this much, this is the sum assured you will get, and this is the, after 5 years, 10 years down the line, this is the amount you want to get. But how can we engage more and more people once your term insurance is coming in, millennials are coming? And once it is done, then your gamification will play a very important role if how a person can pay year on year. How would he engages over there? Because most of the insurance companies are going to customer once in a year, asking him that, boss, your premium is due.
Exactly.
How can we engage those people? How can we involve those people so that they keep on getting engaged, and they should be aware of that, okay, this is something which is a very mandate part, and insurance always comes first. So this gamification, I'm sure, will surely help. Over to you guys.
Thanks, Rajiv. Ashutosh here. I'll just take about 30 seconds and thank you for sharing your insights. So pardon me, as I said, because the data is not available publicly, it was more about the feedback that we got from the market. So could you just at least give us a brief idea how you have been able to measure certain specific customer engagement metrics vis-a-vis the engaged customer versus the unengaged customer. For example, I understand that, financial incentive might not work, but, the social incentive of being part of a community and being one of the better performers within that community might be a good motivation for people to continue to engage with the rewards program that, Active Health provides. But could you just, again, share some light on what have been those specific parameters of the portfolio that have been different for this engaged set versus the unengaged set? And also, if you can give us some broad idea as to, what percentage of the overall customers who have been given this engagement platform, say engage month on month, or at least, once a month they log in, so that we get an idea. See, I'm representing the industry, Rajiv, and I think I want to just have a very frank and open discussion with you, because over long term, it affects both you and me. And we would want to kind of draw from the learnings that Aditya Birla Capital has in this area so far.
Agree, Ashutosh. So let me convey back on this. Let me again mention that, okay, I'm not part of Aditya Birla Health. I'm part of Aditya Birla Sun Life Insurance. So we'll not be able to convey back the numbers, because then it will be very wrong at my part if I convey back the wrong numbers over here in the platform. So I'm not aware about the numbers, but as a customer, I will convey back to you that engagement comes specifically once a person keeps on paying year on year. That's a very big engagement factor which comes into. For any life insurance, any insurance organization, I would say, how a person is engaged with the organization. So this is very, very important, and it's a very critical factor which comes into that, okay, this person is paying you year on year. That's one factor which I will convey back. Then let's suppose if we are sending some messages, some emails, then obviously we all know that we have the mechanism now that we are able to find out if the customer is opening those mails, if the customer is doing some actions on those ones. Again, that comes out to be the person is engaged with. So all those things put together. So we also see that, okay, whatever, application which we have made for health insurance or for life insurance, how many customers are checking those ones on a daily basis. So this conveys back that, okay, whatever we are doing, actually customers are engaging. And let me convey back to you, our persistency ratios, our 13-month persistency is one of the best in the industry. So we are going very well, and we are improving very well year on year on that. So that shows that, okay, how engaged our customers are. I think that is something which we need to have. And the other part, I think, once we move forward, I'm saying for the entire insurance industry piece, I think it is a time we should look at how we are taking care of our customer. I would like to mention one story from Lemonade Insurance. I actually wrote an article, and it was published on LinkedIn also, about Lemonade, how they are taking care of the customers. So apart from onboarding is something which they are saying that, okay, they are onboarding within 5 to 10 minutes. Even the claim experience is extremely well, because it's again coming out from a gaming piece. So they are saying that, okay, they are able to pay the claim within 3 seconds. So I think this is how a customer would like to engage with. How can we make the entire experience of a customer in such a way that customers would like to come to our insurance, our organizations? Abhishek.
Thanks, Rajiv.
Very well said, Rajiv. I think, and there was, you left me with a question saying that how can we, sell more with the customers, right? And I think what we're looking at over here is, of course, a user experience. But yeah, Ekta, you want to say something? Hello?
No.
Right. So so what you have seen is, of course, we are talking about user experience and creating gamification for users. But I think what you're missing over here is an important piece over here is advisors, right? So if we are able to enable the advisors, right, to really spread their wings with the further customers and gamify keeping advisor and customer in the ecosystem together, then I think you have a good prospect in getting more sales over there. Of course, you can leverage communities like creating game templates, creating things on Facebook and Instagram, things like those, and doing referrals. You can also keep you can share information on the real-time health data or real-time region-wise health data, that what is happening in the industry and how you should be protected and how you should be doing this in a much more gamified fashion, rather than just sending him that just you need to, you'll be getting offer for this kind of insurance, buy on those things, right? If it is more of an engagement activity than a selling activity, then the sales will happen. And I know you rightly said that one of the techniques that you have said is, engaging them with the community, right? So if you are able to engage at a personal level with, the right kind of information, when it matters, right? This is where you are bound to get more sales on that, right? And this has to happen through advisors. So we have to bring in advisors into the game along with the customers, and that's required for this industry to happen.
Abhishek, to this forum, I want to convey one more thing. I think the time has come when the entire Asia should start looking towards P2P insurance. As of now, the peer-to-peer insurance is not there in Asia entirely. So now the time has come that, okay, we should work out, and across US and Europe, P2P is very famous and it's very popular. It's very helpful. Once your P2P comes into picture, then your gamification and all that pieces will actually play a very, very important role, because then customer has to do everything on its own, right? So then your advisors, then your middlemen will move out. Now the customer is so intelligent that, okay, he and the technology is so intelligent that they will take care of each and everything. So I think all of us will see this within 4 or 5 years down the line. China has already started about it. So I think gamification is going to come, and gamification is also going to stay, because now your next generation which is coming, so they will not be interested in filling up the entire forms and getting signed out. So as we see that the government of India is also providing the Aadhaar, eKYC, as well as WhatsApp has also rolled out the payment options. So now you will have a more digital and technological pieces coming around. So the entire insurance piece, starting from onboarding till claim, and obviously the persistency piece will also come into entire gamification. So all insurance industries, I would say general and life both, as well as health too, they should work out that, okay, how they would like to present their selves to next generation. Over to you.
Yes. Okay. Before we start the discussion, I would just like to inform that we are opening the floor for discussion. The topic which Abhishek is going to initiate is harness the potential of gamification to drive sales, engaging customer and beyond. So Abhishek, I would request you to initiate the discussion and invite all the audiences to share their strategic insights. And we also had Mr. Tarun Mathur, who was raising his hands. So Abhishek, why don't we start with Tarun? Over to you, Abhishek, to take the round table.
Right. Yeah. So I think we'll start with Tarun, I guess, and let Tarun, ask his question that he has. Right?
Thank you. Thank you very much. First of all, thank you very much for having me. I am Tarun Mathur. I head strategy and innovation at Edelweiss GI. Very, very interesting presentation, first of all, Abhishek, and very intriguing conversation between Ashutosh and Rajiv. You guys brought up almost all the points which some of us had really thought of bringing in. And while most of the things were covered, but I really feel there are a couple of things which got highlighted implicitly, which I would like to bring out. First is, yes, gamification is now one of those new age methodologies of increased user engagement and innovation and insurances, as we know, and as Rajiv also mentioned that it's no more the sleepy backwaters of the financial industries. We are seeing lots and lots of developments. Hyper personalization is the trend every one of us talking about. But I feel basic theme of gamification would again be increased interactivity. I think users want to feel the business more. They want to feel engaged with the business more. So I genuinely feel gamification is a real way of humanizing that digital engagement, right? I mean, for all the young insurers like us, our target segments are, the young new age millennials, Gen Z, whatever you may call them. And the idea of engaging with them and getting embedded in their, usual digital journeys is what the idea is. And I think that's where gamification would really help. Second point, which Rajiv really brought up really well, was around when he was mentioning about those, whether simplifying documents, etc., etc. So one point which comes to my mind is that while the whole idea of insurance, which is highly underpenetrated still, The whole idea is to make the whole process friction free, make it much more simple, friendly, enhance the customer experience. But I feel the whole business is now moving from static to dynamic. By that, what I mean, it is much more, into your life. That is where insurance is trying to be. So, yes, I mean, Ashutosh had brought up a really good point of user adoption, which I feel we have done some similar experiments in gamification, in helping motivate our sales team, or what we're seeing in the telematics or the motor and the health industry, where we are trying to incentivize driving behavior or fit health and fitness, etc. But yes, that question does remain, that how do you, really make people engage more? Should we have more loyalty programs? Should we partner with more ecosystem or more reward, give them more rewards? So that is, I also personally feel that it's still in the process of being fleshed out or understood in a better way. But I think the best way is not to look, as you also shared, Abhishek, not to look at it as a standalone basis. It has to be woven in the customer experience fabric of the entire organization's, strategy of customer engagement. When you weave it across touch points, that's when it becomes much more. So instead of having it for one just specific thing, you have it across. So, I mean, those are some of the points which I wanted to share, but, very, very interesting conversation.
Yeah, just to add to what you said, right? And some of the thing that we come across, and I would like to share, some of the design challenge, right? While gamification definitely solve a lot of problem over there, right? Then but doing over of like rewarding and this thing would not sort out your problem, right? Some of the well-known problem statement that we know in the industry, right, is something called badge fatigue, loyalty backlash, or collaboration competition dilemma. These are the some of the words, and a bit about these, just a bit into this, right? So many companies that implemented this gamification solution, right, made changes to the user interface and but failed to align the game with the business objectives, right? So basically, as you rightly said initially, right, that customers are looking forward to get deeper into the products, understand products better from this perspective, right? So there has to be a well balance between what kind of gamification techniques that you want to use, right? If you're just giving loyalty, and if you're just it's not aligned with the strategic objective of the enterprise, and game mechanics do not consider customers need, right? Then then it results into disengagement, right? It frustrates players, and then loyalty doesn't mean anything to him, right? And similar with if you're creating a collaborative community or platform, but instead of where you see yourself as a competitor in a leaderboard, uh, if your objective is to create a kind of collaboration, then that takes a backlash, right? So it's obviously good to understand your use case and then use gamification on top of it to solve the process. And and it's true that today the need is to gamify and needed to look into the entire process into the industry, right from the selling to the claim processing, right from start to end. Every bit of it can be gamified and every bit of it can be looked into, right?
Yeah, no, you're
So
absolutely right, Abhishek. I'll just take one more minute, because I just recalled slide 2 or 3 of your presentation had something around complexity.
yeah,
So I definitely feel, how do you marry value versus complexity, as you said? That also might be very critical, because just because you can, you shouldn't just um, automate something or gamify something.
definitely. So and then I would want to start more with in this industry, like uh, we have seen that and at the individual level, at the companies level, we have seen people like Aditya Birla, also like Rajiv said, that they've used in the industry. Just want to understand more from Rajiv, as in what's your next step on this, and how are you leveraging this industry? Are you getting deeper into this, or you say that no, this is it, and I want we want to look into it from different angle? So Rajiv, if you could just help us with a couple of minutes of your feedback on that. I guess.
I guess he's on mute, I guess. Or...
Yes. Meanwhile, we have Mr. Nilesh Pathak, who is raising his hands. Abhishek, you can he can share his insights with you for meanwhile.
Hi,
Sure,
Abhishek.
Nilesh.
This is Nilesh. I take care of the persistent part for Liberty General Insurance. So, as I would like to say, there are, if you have to divide the entire, the insurance segments or insurance, the people who are involved in the insurance from the entire journey from the sales to the customer. So there is a sales team, there is a channels who are bringing the insurance, there is a customer, right? So what I understand is in most of the segment, like at the sales end, there are some part of the gamification which is being used and sales team are being kept engaged. Similarly, we are using some sort of gamifications for the channels also, and they are being engaged and are in constant touch by the sales team and to the customer. That's the middle point for that. But I want to understand how, since we in the current Indian market, we don't have a lot of the issue which we face is the contactability of the customer, because the most of the business are being coming from the channels who are sourcing the business for an insurance company, and they are reluctant to share the contact details of those customers. So what are the mechanisms which can be used, and what gamification techniques which we can use to reach out to customer in such scenario where we don't have a lot of the contactability and a lot of data of the customers, and what are the touch point which we can use to reach out to these customers, and how your product which you have shared in the slide can be merged with the gamification thing and can bring value to the insurance industry and to the customers.
Right. Some of the use case, and that's a good question. Some of the use case that we have seen and we have worked with, right? Not really with the consumer engagement, what we have seen in the retailer engagement that we have seen at our side. But that the same can also be applied with the consumer, right? For example, ultimately the end product that the consumer is buying is yours, right? So can you have something like a barcode or some other things on the end product where you can do a scratch to win kind of offer, or design in a way where once he gets that that insurance policy and things like those, you can use that material to reward the customer to share his information, and that is where you can collect the information directly from the customer. And not only that, if you can also reward him to refer more customers out of them directly, right from there, that is where you can use this entire gamification technique to capture the end user information, right? So just imagine that on the policy I have a barcode or something, and use my phone camera just to scan that barcode, right? And it offers me this thing, right? That in order to win, just fill your details, right? Something like that, right? Just fill your details. You win, let's say 1,000 rupees Amazon voucher, or a Flipkart voucher, etc. So it's a just to, I mean, I'm sure if you look at the CAC, right, customer acquisition cost, at your level, and if you look and do analysis, right, it will really give you a good fitment over there and a good way to collect that information directly from over there, right? At the same time, I would also put a point over there that you need to share a bit of reward with your channel partner, with your sales now. So in a sense of giving them a sense of accomplishment, keeping them in the loop, right? What happens is, if you start doing that thing and start moving that behavior, you are bound to motivate them to share the information in future. For example, you can run a program just to share the information. You get extra incentive on top of it, right? Whatever they are getting, things like those, right? So there are multiple ways of looking into it, and what we have seen specifically working is on the retailer side, especially the barcode way of doing it, right? That a lot of FMCG companies do it in this, not in the insurance industry, but we also deploy our solution in the channel partner side of it, retailer side of it, and we have seen that kind of working at that retail level.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Yes, the discussion is open. I would request all our audiences to please share your insights. Please contribute your insights on gamification along with Abhishek. So it's open. Mr. Rajiv, are you there? Because Abhishek had addressed you with something. So we were just looking forward to have your this insights.
Yeah, I'm very much there. Tell me. Exactly. I was on another call. So yes, Abhishek, you said something. Sorry, I missed out.
Yeah, so the question more was, if you could tell more on how this gamification on your health insurance or life insurance works, right? If you have some feedback on that, right? And is there any security implication that you have seen in the program, and mostly on if you are continuing to gamify, or you are using that insights into developing more games, or you're just like a real-time simulation, or you're just simply running that and still in the experimental phase?
Uh, okay, so again, for life insurance, so we have started the gamification. So I would not say that, okay, we have covered, yes, it's a lot to be covered till now. But I can see, actually, I am not only for life insurance, I keep on, I'm an avid reader also, and I continuously keep on contributing in various forums, as well as I keep on writing articles also. I would say globally, gamification has reached up to a point. I'm sure you would agree with that, because many of the organizations in Europe, and I would say in China also, many of the organizations, insurance companies are actually working big time on gamification once you are getting into your onboarding stage. So onboarding is very, very important. How comfortably the person can get onboarded, it's a very important piece that, okay, we need to work on in India. Because still we are far more involved in finding out that, okay, our agent will go or somebody will go and then sit with someone, and then only the life insurance will be sold. But I think things are changing. So let's suppose you go to digital insurance, which is a completely digital insurance in India. So over there, still I would say that gamification has reached up to one place, but there is a lot of improvement which we can have. So I can name a couple of companies globally. In Canada also, there are 2-3 companies who are doing entire onboarding piece from a gamification. You would feel that, okay, you are playing a game, and in between, while having this game, you fill up all your records and all your medical questions also. So at the end, you will find that, okay, you have completed one game, and they will convey back to you, okay, this is the premium which you need to pay. So I think there is a lot of scope which is there to cover it out. And apart from that, once it is done, then it is very much important, Abhishek, how we can engage with the customer, how we can keep the relationship quotient of that customer, how that continues to be, because only then customer will keep on paying you year on year. Because nowadays, for example, customers are not comparing you with any other insurance company or any other financial company. They're always comparing you with other, whatever they're getting, the notifications which they're getting. For example, for your Prime Video, you're continuously getting notifications that, okay, this is the new thing which has come. This is the new movie which has come. For Netflix, continuously conveys back to you. Basis the analytics and data, how can we engage that customer? Let's suppose if a customer is totally silent, so he is not giving any service, any request, any complaint, and year on year he is only and only, I would say, paying the premium. So do you think that customer is engaged one? Maybe not. Probably because the customer is paying, but he would have far more potential to pay more, as well as for himself, for his family, for his friends. If we are able to engage that customer in a gamification piece, I'm sure your sales will improve, your engagement will improve, and the persistency obviously will improve. This is one piece. And the other piece is, many of the customers, as of now, we know that your father has called up one uncle, and he's the guy who's continuously doing insurance for you. So he comes and signs the form and he moves away. And the guy knows nothing about, okay, what is this whole product is all about. Now, next generation is actually trying to understand what the product is. I'm sure there are many veterans over here. You will agree with me that nowadays you are getting more calls at call centers asking about, okay, what the product is. We don't used to get these kind of calls earlier, but now people are trying to understand. And people are also not, moving backwards. Let's suppose they have to switch a product. Because in term insurance, so let's suppose whatever you have paid is gone. So the people are far more happy to switch their term insurance to somewhere else. So they are asking, they are comparing there over there. Because as of now, So you are comparing your phones with another phones, right? So everything is available. So you are going to all those websites and asking all those YouTubers which is the best phone for you. Same ways, customers are also asking which is the best term insurance policy for me.
True.
So how can we involve the gaming piece? How can we involve, you go to a website or you go to an application and you try to understand that, okay, this is my insurance. This is how it is helping me. Rather than only sending across, I would say, just a SMS or a call to a customer that your premium is due, can we send across a small video? Okay, this is your product. This is how it's helping you. I think Tarun was also mentioning the hyper personalization which is happening now. So if we can make
pay as you live. Yeah.
And the other piece, I think, which we are doing, Aditya Birla Capital is doing, I'm sure other organizations are also working out to be. Earlier we were saying that, okay, boss, you have to pay the premium. Then you have to go to branch or you have to open our website and then pay the premium. Then the second phase came when we mentioned, okay, this is the link, pay the premium by clicking this link. I think that now there's a third phase which is going to come. We have to reach to the ecosystem of a person. We have to reach over there. We have to find out when this person is actually using Twitter, when this person is actually using Facebook, when this person is actually using the LinkedIn. We have to find out those things. And those are, let me convey back, this is very much possible also. Once he's there, we are aware, okay, this person is watching LinkedIn as of now. Can we send across, can we place our link over there that, okay, Rajiv, this is your policy and your premium is due before it gets lapsed. So this is where you have to pay the premium. Or can we ask Google Pay or Paytms that, okay, they should send notifications, because as of now you would say, let's suppose you have paid Mahanagar Gas over there once, they'll keep on sending you notifications. How can we engage those customers? This is also part of gamification which comes up to be. When a customer is totally engaged. So I think there is a lot of ground to be covered, and technologies are available, and people like you are also available who are providing all these facilities. I think insurance organizations have just to open up and see, and also see that, okay, we should not forget at this particular piece the entire physical touch, because I think Tarun or somebody else has also mentioned over here that we still have people who are in tier 2, tier 3 cities. So we should not forget that. We should not go entirely digital. Insurance companies as of now cannot say that, okay, we will only work on digital piece. It's not going to work. We have to have a physical piece, physical as well as digital, both things. Because our customers are all there in tier 2, tier 3 cities also. Where they used to go to our offices and talk to our people, talk to our front desk and do all the transactions. So if you say that, okay, if you are continuously pushing them, then probably they will switch to LIC. They will go to somebody who is always there near to them. How can we ensure that? How can we ensure that, okay, we are not losing the physical touch? So that's why I will not say it is a digital piece which is coming out to be, or engagement is coming out to be. I always mention is as a relationship. So relationship can be digital, it has to be physical. Continuously, organizations have to find out the relationship quotient. What is the relationship quotient between organization and the customer? And we have to keep on exploring, finding all that stuff. I'm sorry, I'm taking too much of a time.
No, very well said, Rajiv.
That's
I think
fine.
you've just spoken your heart on that. I think that says how much research you have done. So, but just a question on a bit on. So others also, if you could help us with this. How many
Yes.
of you are using things like your hyper personalization, where you are leveraging information from social media platform, or your smart devices like wearables, or even home devices, home smart devices, or other sensor-based devices that you're using, right? Is the industry still using that, or is it like still far away from reality? Because what?
Abhishek,
Yeah.
yes, we have Mr. Samrat Ghosh raising his hand, so I think he would like to contribute something.
Sure.
Yes, Samrat, please.
Hey, hi. Am I audible?
Yes, Samrat.
Okay. I have closely seen the industry, how it has, shifted from a normal onboarding to a digital onboarding. So what Rajiv was mentioning, or what the the other colleague of mine from the industry was mentioning, Tarun was mentioning, in fact, that how we can leverage that. Now, I think we are confusing between the gamification aspect along with the personalized digital marketing aspect. So gamification is one of the ways to engage a customer. So I am from sales, so I manage digital sales. So I'll talk on the experience which I have on onboarding a customer, and how sum insured has increased in the industry, how the premium has increased in the industry. If you look at term insurance, what Rajiv was mentioning, I know earlier in early 2000s, when we didn't have digitization and the gamification which we use in digitization these days. Now, sum insured in term insurance was around 5 lakhs. Now it gradually increased to 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 25 lakhs, because company at the back end has worked on the processes to make it straight through. Now we see 1 crore sum insured straight through issuance, right? So what has happened is, using gamification techniques, we have converted a mundane insurance form, which was a 6-page form, along with a in ULIPs used to sign a lot of other details about the product, and the onboarding was very cumbersome. Now, using digitization, what they have done is they have converted the same form into digital form. We haven't seen the customer experience. So digitization is a function of customer experience, right? So what we have done over the years is we have used gaming techniques. After Richard Seller won the Nobel Prize for game theory, the nudge theory, that this lexicon has come into insurance, and we have been using it, and we are seeing what our peers from the e-commerce industry has been doing to gamify their sales. Now, what has happened in insurance, what I have seen is sum insured has increased. The percentage of customer coming to online has increased. The average premium size for customer is increased, because we have used gamification. Earlier, sum insured, what has happened was, for onboarding, you just fill up your sum insured. So people are scared to fill up what sum insured should I take. Should I take 5 lakhs? Because sum insured is again a function of premium, is again a function of premium and your age. And more the sum insured, the more the premium. So I'm afraid to pay higher premium. So through gamification techniques, I have used radio buttons. Then I have used hovers. Then I have used other techniques, design techniques, to put a bar along with an arrow to increase my sum insured or decrease my sum insured. So these are the actual gamification techniques which has helped the industry to increase the sum insured, along with increase the premium. Plus has made people, especially millennials and Gen Z, to come to this digital platform and buy insurance. Now, insurance, as Rajiv was saying, was only targeting fathers and uncles. I still remember my example with few management trainees, where they said they don't connect to insurance because the images which we use in digital marketing and conventional marketing in insurance are always of families. So hence they don't buy insurance, but they had potential. Their disposable income is much more than a guy who has got a family, because he has got more expenses. And the youngster coming out of IIM or IIT, they have got higher disposable incomes because of higher salary they have, and they have less to spend. So, but they don't connect to insurance. So gamification has helped, bringing those set of customers to insurance industry and started buying life insurance. And especially, now I'm from general insurance. Now I have had experience of working with life insurance in ICICI Prudential and Birla Sun Life. Now I'm with ICICI Lombard. And Lombard, what we have done is we have launched something in SME insurance, wherein we have used gamification techniques to give a customer certain sort of premiums and use nudge theory to go for higher premiums. We do comparison of the coverage which you can buy for product A and product B. I mean, in the same category. So within the same sum insured, we increase through the gamification techniques. We or use a la carte model to increase or decrease the add-on cover he wants, and through which I push the customer to add more add-ons. So this helps me to increase my sum insured as well as sell higher coverages to the customer. So that's how the evolved which has taken. I mean, that's how the sales has evolved. The sum insured has evolved in the industry over the years because of using gamification techniques. what Rajiv was saying about engagement, what Ashutosh was saying about engagement, because I remember Religare, which is Care Insurance now, they have also launched a special health insurance product tying up with Goki. Ashutosh, if I'm not wrong, you correct me if I'm wrong, that, that was one of the innovative product, or the health executive product from, Aditya Birla Health was also an innovative product. But what I feel is these products are ahead of times, because you are incentivizing customers seeing what has happened in the other industry in US or Europe. So this might not have worked. What Ashutosh was saying, that we have seen low engagement, but the the other part to it is, what is the value I am adding to the customer by bringing gamification and engagement.
I think
we lost him
lost
because of the
Samrat
network issue.
for
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So we'll wait for him to join back. And
What
yes, he's
interesting.
back. Yes, Samrat, we had lost you actually. So if you can unmute yourself and yeah.
Samrat, you're
Yeah.
on mute. If you can, yeah.
Yeah, there is a poor connection at my end, so hence the problem. Sorry. So this is what my experience of in insurance, how gamification over the years had transformed the insurance industry to increase sales and increase customer engagement. Yeah, over to you.
That's amazing. I think.
Okay, Abhishek, I have Mr. Mosh, who has sent me a message on a private this. Mr. Mosh, would you like to take that up? Your insights, which you have shared with me? If you can hear me?
Yeah, hi everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah, hi.
Mosh.
How are you?
Yeah, hi, I'm good. It's a wonderful discussion. So I'm actually from Future Generali Life Insurance. I was expecting a couple of my seniors to join, but what I get as a takeaway from this entire conversation is that gamification is certainly one of the most exciting and innovative way to engage the customers, especially the millennials who are quite tech savvy, who have a very short learning curve when it comes to the technology and understanding the user interfaces and taking the decisions of their life. Yes, financial awareness and literacy is also something which is increasing, and the subject being a bit complicated needs certainly some simple methods like gamification to get into the picture, to to reach out to the market, to reach out to the people. What certainly I'm looking out for is that some more success stories and some proof of concepts that can actually help us understand that how this entire technique is helping you to connect with the customers. And especially if I look at certain challenges in the life insurance, buying a policy is certainly a task, is one of the important tasks. Yet because of my extensive experience into the renewals and persistency, I also feel that keeping the customers engaged for a longer tenure, wherein you have the commitment to pay the premium for at least anywhere between 5 years to 15 years, 20 years or longer duration of time. How do you keep on engaging the customers through this gamification constantly year on year is something in terms of the proof of concept or some kind of success stories is what I'm certainly looking out for, and would be really keen to discuss this out one-on-one with the team out here, and take it forward internally as a discussion with my senior members.
Yeah. So anyone from the audience would want to share their story on how they have actually used this gamification technique for the life cycle of the customers. So as I said, what we have seen, and I just want to put 1 minute word, and then I'll leave it to the other audience. For example, some of the industry, we've seen that they have actually created games where they've used communities like Facebook and created games where they have given them option to play a lifetime event kind of stuff. So how they plan their lifetime event at different stages, and then note that, and then at that point of time they engage with them specifically year on year with communication nudges and all those stuff, right? This is what I've seen, at least from the research of it. I've not been really on the execution side of it, So, but it would be interesting to listen from the industry experts over here.
Sorry, I'm jumping again. Abhishek, before I think Samrat also given some good insights, and Moksha is also asking very relevant questions. I think one thing which you should also convey back what gamification all covers out to be, because many times gamification has always been picked up that okay, once a person is using any application, at that time, whatever experience he's getting, is there any game which is going on to that? So I think this is a misconception which goes, as per my understanding. Probably you are it's your forte. Probably you should convey back. What all comes into gamification? As per my understanding, booking a cab on Uber, so that's also a part of gamification because you are able to see who is there, what kind of car is coming, and the person is engaged into, right? As per my understanding, that's also a part of gamification. Getting your product from Amazon where everything has been seen and the entire process is seamlessly covered over there. As per my understanding, that's also gamification. So keeping the person engaged in the entire process, whether it's a sales process or whether it's a renewal process, any of the process, so that a person feels that he's engaged, he has achieved something, he gets any sense of achievement, and he gets any sense of competitiveness with other people, as in health insurance we see. I think that's my understanding. That's a part of gamification. Probably if you can spend more time on that.
Right. So I think, you're right. Not every digital aspect is gamification to me, and I've seen that people getting confused with.
You have to be a little louder, Abhishek. Your voice is again down. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm saying I've seen this in the industry, and gamification as overused at most of the scenario, right? Not every digital aspect is gamification, right? Now there's a popular science when it comes to a game theory or game mechanics, right? Now, what is the purpose of game over here, right? So when I play game, right, it actually what it does, it induces a kind of emotion in me, and it elevates my excitement, and it helps me feel good about it, right? So now what we're talking about processes which can take up these kind of elements from the game techniques and change my emotions, right? For example, if like you said, right, about Uber, I'm booking an Uber. Now entire process cannot be gamification, but see what happens if let's say the Uber driver has come on time and the communication is happening, then I'll feel good. But the driver is not turning on time and then I'll not feel good, right? At that point of time, there's nothing that engages with me from Uber side that keeps me engaged, saying that hey, this is what has happened, things like those, right? Then there is a hit over there, right? So we not necessarily can say that that is gamification, right? What really we want to do over here is how we are motivating the user, right? In a way that engages him over there. For example, you rightly picked up one thing where if you're doing a purchase from Amazon, and why Amazon is a hit, because of the experience that it provides to the user, right? For example, right from the time you purchase, the purchasing experience, though the UI in the Amazon is not that great, and all of us know, right? But if you look at the user experience of purchasing stuff on Amazon, to the stuff getting delivered, to the stuff getting cancelled, renewed, right? Even let's say if I purchase something and within 20 minutes of that purchase, if I cancel, right, the money gets back to me, right? While with other e-commerce section, if you see, right, they would say that, okay, once you get the product, then you return, that is when your money would get refunded, right? To me, that's a process improvement. To me, that's a kind of sense of elevation to emotion, because I feel connected, I feel engaged with that kind of process, right? So though both are digital process, right? But what is the right kind of digital strategy which is bringing that kind of behavior change in the user is to me is the gamification, right? Not every activity, not every digital activity is gamification. I mean, process improvement for sure. I mean, I think we look into, and process improvement definitely digital thing. Digitally, if you improve the process, I know there's obviously an upside on the sales side. There's no doubt in that. There's no second thought in that. What we are talking about is how do we leverage that digital digital side to increase it delta further on top of it. How do you expand your ecosystem by using this game theory, right? To me, that is gamification. Not every digital process is gamification. I would just put it that way. I think Rajiv,
So
your
how
voice.
do you differentiate between engaging and gamification? If somebody is getting, if any of the process, if any of the digital process is any very engaging one, and one other piece is having a gamification, how would you differentiate between both of these?
Right. For example, see, I can drive a lot of engagement activities, but if that is not inducing any behavioral change from a user's perspective, from in me, then that's not gamification, right? That has not stick, right? That's just a process that have you implemented that could stick to one set of this thing, right? For gamification would mean a lot of things. It would mean personalization. It would mean process improvement. It would mean ease of doing things, right? How easy I can do things, and how easily my problem gets solved, right? One example I would give from this industry itself, or can be used in other industry also. Let's say if I have some issue with, let's say, processing my claim, or at a at any customer care, right? What I normally do is, I would really go to, I'll do a call and I'll raise my complaint, right? Or even on the website, I'll report on the website. I'll put my complaint, right? But I've seen the proposition over at some of the places and some of the industry, some of the people over there are experimenting with the idea that, can I really give a game template that, in case in case they are given a game board, let's say, as a consumer to put their complaints, and I really put the advisor, the customer care side of it on the other side, and let them play, right? Who wins what win, right? For example, if my issue is not resolved in next 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 4 hours, I get some points. But if some other advisor is able to resolve that in, let's say, quickly, he gets that point, right? A sense of effectiveness, engagement over there, right? Then I, as a consumer, also feel good about it, that they are taking it very seriously and they're engaging me with my problem, right? It's a kind of personalization to me, rather than just leaving the complaint over email and then I getting email exchanges, right? That's a process improvement, but that's not gamification, right? The other bit is,
I, if I can also come in there, I would agree, Abhishek, that while Rajiv had a very relevant question, that user engagement and gamification are, they're similar at times, but you're right. Gamification would be another medium for enhancing user engagement.
exactly.
And in the whole attention economy, as we say, the attention spans are going down, right, for everywhere. So I think it's a way, and so we are trying to relate to those human desires we all crave for,
True.
which could be progression, achievement, success, competition, achieving a level, going ahead. So I think that emotion, and if a product can bring out those, or if product can associate a consumer with those emotions, it will lead to higher user engagement, or more frequent or richer engagement. I think that's where gamification is helping out, is what I feel.
True.
Yes. So Abhishek, do we have any more people want to share their insights on gamification, or Abhishek, what do you suggest? Or do you want to conclude or something?
I think we can just take up, if there are any further questions, we can definitely take
Right.
those, or any feedback or any experience that anyone of you want to share. It'd be really interesting for the entire audience. If there are none, then I think we can wrap up.
So yeah, do we have any questions or feedback from you guys so that we can take it forward?
We can surely be in touch, and we can keep discussing over group and understand more and share each other ideas, right? Because industry as a whole gets benefited by this.
Abhishek, I have a small question.
Sure,
So if I have to differentiate between the digitization and the gamification, what are the few, in a short, key points what you can give us that this is the way which we can differentiate the digitization part and the gamification part, apart from the emotional quotient and the user experience?
Right, a good question, and there's a a very thin line. For example, see, you can convert your manual process into digital process, right? But that just that's a process improvement. That's efficiency improvement, right? Now, gamification also does that efficiency improvement, but for the gamification to happen, you need to at a level where you are able to engage the stakeholders, right? So if you're not able to reach to that stage, then you won't be able to apply your gamification techniques on top of it, right? So gamification, as I said, is not different from a digital transformation, right? It's part of digital transformation. And not only digital transformation, it's also part of, physical activities that you do. I mean, a lot of, as Rajiv was mentioning, right, at a tier 2 and tier 3 level, right? You really know, you can't do a digital gamification over there. But what you can really do is, can kind of Mela or kind of things like this, where you can, put a lot of insurance people and, share the information via medium of physical game, like a dart game or things like those, where you can put it in at a certain place where people can come and throw up their challenges and they can win things like those, right? In a physical format, right? So gamification is obviously a, process, not necessarily a digital process, right? So digital process is something which is required for gamification to run on that domain. But yeah, gamification not necessarily is, again, as I said, digital transformation. It can also be at the physical level, right? So first you need to have your, systems ready, as in digitally enhanced, and then on top of that you can run your gamification techniques, right? So there's thin line. I mean, gamification is kind of euphoria on top of digital transformation that you create. Simple.
Thank you.
Okay. So I think Abhishek, we are done.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
it was a very good, yeah.
Yes. So to conclude, I would just conclude and then you can add your insights if you wish to.
Yeah.
So it was great hearing all the experts' insights, on gamification and how gamification offers the greatest potential value in the realm of customer engagement today. It also helps us to understand like how to implementing new technologies is essential, not only for the practical purposes, but also for the employees' motivation. I would like to thank you, Abhishek, and partner Zozo Day, and all of our audience who took out their precious time, especially on Saturday morning, being here with us and sharing their insights and views on the subject. I hope you all had a great session interacting with each other, and we shall be updating the video link on our website shortly, and also requesting you all to please share your response to our feedback form, which will be shortly shared by our team. Also follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, FB, and Twitter for various webinars, roundtables, and updates. Thank you once again, everyone, and have a nice weekend. Stay safe. Anything from you, Abhishek, to all the audience?
No, it was and thanks Ekta for bringing us all together on this, very intriguing topic, right? And it was a very useful discussion, and I also had got a lot to learn from all of you, and I think the lot to do, and good to see, like, their industry already is working a lot on this gamification, and gamification is here to stay. And I think more and more deeper we get into it, more and more benefit in this, right? We'll be keen to be in touch, and so my email ID is abhishek@xoxoday.com. In case anyone wants to reach out to me and discuss more on this, I'm available over here. And thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening over to Thought Process and being
also
here.
We have Mr. Rajiv who have shared few links on gamification journey. So people who are interested, just click
So I've given this particular one. I was actually trying to find out. I've given this particular link which was there. So it's an entire life insurance journey. It's entirely into gamification only. So I couldn't find more links. But if need be, then probably I'll find out and share. It's a good journey. It's a US insurance organization. So it's a life insurance calculator they have made. How to reach up to the calculation of, one premium. So it's a good journey I've seen long back. So I'm sharing. So you would be able to understand how, at what level organizations are reaching up to for onboarding. And there are similar journeys which are available for renewals, persistency, and for claims also. So I've seen one journey for a South African company. So where they have shown that claim journey, let's suppose somebody has died. So it was a very good journey they have made. So as soon as you open it out, it comes with your the person who has died. So if you're a nominee, you will get that link where the person's photograph it starts with. So it's a very beautiful journey which they have made. So I think we have to reach up to that level. So again, Abhishek, I would say, so yes, it's a process piece, but probably it's a part of gamification where the person gets engaged in such a way that, okay, he wants to complete the entire journey.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Thanks for providing this opportunity. Would love to connect with all of you again.
Thanks, Abhishek. Thanks,
Yes.
Ekta.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Great.
Have a nice weekend. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thanks, Abhishek. Thanks, Ekta. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Bye.